is a friendly reminder. Do hard things in life. So this week I was having lunch with some colleagues and somehow we ended up talking about all those sports that involve you throwing yourself off a plane or a mountain, like skydiving, parachuting, whatever, all those things. Or even the one that is just like looks so cool. The one where you put this like suit on and you fly like a flying squirrel. Some of us wanted to do it, like I would love to do it. I'm just looking for a nice place to do it, like maybe over the Alps or somewhere in Northern Europe, over one of those like magical forests. I don't know, we're working on it. But some of them were like, no, not even if you paid me like millions of dollars. But why not? Like, why wouldn't you do it? They said it would be hard to do. Like they couldn't find the courage to throw themselves off a plane or off a mountain, with safety, of course, not like, you know, to end your life, but like safely throwing yourself off a plane or a mountain. And then I answered that if you're not doing something because you think it's hard, then that is exactly why you should do it. Because I feel like doing hard things remind you of how strong you are. I don't know if you ever think of hard times when you're going through a hard times, because I always do. Like every time I'm having a bit of a challenge or I'm facing some problem and I feel like I can't do it, I remember of all those times that I thought I couldn't do it, but then I did it and I came out alive out of it. Do you know, like there's been definitely times in my life where I thought, no, I can't make through this, I can't make it through this. But then I did, and I grew out of it. And I think challenges are really there for that. Like doing hard things, like on purpose, can help you build that trust in yourself and can also give you something to grab on when you're going through hard times. You can think back and remind yourself that you already faced other hard things and you're here now, so clearly you survived. It doesn't have to be nothing of that extreme, but even, for example, swimming in a lake, which I did yesterday. The water was so cold, oh my god. But you know what I did? What I always do when I'm about to do something really hard, I make it like a wish to myself. It's kind of strange. So what I did say in my head was like, okay, if you don't throw yourself in the water right now, it's not gonna work out. And I just say it's not gonna work out in general because my brain automatically knows what I mean. I don't know if that makes sense, but like saying it's not gonna work out, I mean life is not gonna work out. The things you want are not gonna work out. Like your hopes and what you're working on is not gonna work out. So my brain automatically is like, no, we gotta do this, otherwise things are not gonna work out. And you know, doing hard things doesn't have to mean throwing yourself off a plane. You know, what is hard for you? Maybe it is hard to talk about your emotions. Maybe it is hard for you to talk in front of a camera, or maybe it is hard for you to say your opinion, to stand up for what you believe. Maybe it is hard for you to tell your friends that you don't want to go out tonight. Those things are all really hard, and if you find them hard, then you should push yourself to do them and to build that trust within yourself. So for example, if let's say your friends invite you out and you don't want to go out, don't invent an excuse for which you can't go out. Just tell them, hey, I don't want to go out. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody. If somebody is asking you, how are you, and it's a friend and you trust them, talk to them about your emotion, even if it's hard, even if you don't know what you want to say, and it's scary to be vulnerable, but it is a superpower, and it's scary to do so many things in this life, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do them. In fact, it means you should do them, and you should become better at it, and you should challenge yourself to do more of them. So I hope this inspired you, and I hope to see you next week.